Hey yo, Z King's Fight News. And Dillian Whyte, completely unfiltered on IFL TV, shout out to Coogan, called Eddie Hearn childish, said he did bad negotiations, and pretty much did not want to make the fight between Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte for April. Didn't want to do a proper rematch clause. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound familiar, guys? Well, yeah, it's the King's Fight News. And we got more on this. Alright, so, yeah, IFL TV dropped a total bombshell in an exclusive interview with Dillian Whyte. And he basically called out Eddie Hearn as childish, as, being a poor promoter for, leaking out his own offers. Leaking out what he's offering Dillian Whyte. And Dillian was saying, hey, you shouldn't even be talking about that. Isn't that the same thing Shelly Finkel said? But Eddie, he's got to get the media on his side. He's got to be the guy that says, hey, it's not AJ's fault, guys. We're making this offer. Ignoring all the other bullshit terms he's got in there. According to Dillian Whyte, he's saying they wanted him to sign the AJ fight, where if he won the fight, AJ still gets the lion's share of the profits in the rematch. Or still gets, a massive majority percentage split in a rematch. Isn't that insane? But for Eddie Hearn, he's got the opportunity to be the champion and then be the B-side when he wins the championship. How unreal is that? Not only that, but Dillian Whyte also had something to say about drug testing, right? He was saying, he basically was saying Josh was not signed up for any drug testing right now, which I find very peculiar. I find very, very suspicious that he's not signed up for drug testing right now when, for sure, he was supposed to be VADA tested for the Povetkin fight. He's had a very long break since then. He's been looking a little more jacked up. And I don't want to, the last thing I want to do is try and accuse anybody of anything. But I would definitely want to know if he's getting VADA tested for the Jarrell Miller fight. When does that testing start? And is Jarrell Miller getting drugged? I want to make sure both these guys are under VADA test, because I would not be surprised if Anthony Joshua came in heavier than normal against Jarrell Miller. It would not surprise me at all, because Jarrell Miller is a much bigger man in terms of weight than Anthony Joshua. Jarrell Miller is a smaller guy that carries a lot more weight on him, which means he might be able to push Anthony Joshua back if he uses the right tactics to do so. You get me? So Anthony Joshua's going to have to be physically bigger to deal with Jarrell Miller on the inside, because at some point that's going to have to happen. He's not going to have that UK referee, the bogus referee, breaking him up every 5 minutes, or sorry, every 50 seconds. He's not going to have the bogus referee when it comes to that New York fight. So it's going to be real interesting to see how that plays out. And Dillian Whyte basically said, AJ's not being drug tested. I'm the one that wants to do the VADA testing. And he was saying, AJ's not being drug tested. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be drug tested, 12 to 16 weeks out prior to any kind of fight. Hey yo, we King Fight News, you know what it is. So Dillian Whyte was saying there was no terms given to him on the drug testing. that, you know, they basically gave him a low ball, not only in this fight, but in the rematch, even if he won the first fight. And, you know, that basically killed the negotiation for him. You know, he wasn't getting what he properly felt was just due. So he said, you know what, fuck it. Go ahead and fight New York. You know, that's probably what you want to do anyways. So that's Dillian Whyte, you know, more or less in terms of what he had to say to Kugan Cassius on IFL TV. Called Eddie Hearn childish. I'll say it again because it's hilarious to me that these Eddie Hearn, you know, guys, you know, these UK channels out here defending everything Eddie Hearn says, now has Dillian Whyte criticizing everything Eddie Hearn did in this negotiation with Anthony Joshua. Find it very interesting that they're all silent about it. They all think somehow it's a team effort. I find that hilarious that Dillian Whyte would somehow, you know, be talking with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. What the fuck are you on? Like, what kind of shit are you on? You know, like what the fuck are you guys smoking? Some kind of a teamwork situation. Get the fuck out of here, guys. You know, what? These guys will find any excuse to try and, you know, defend Eddie Hearn and AJ. Like, it's unbelievable. But you know what it is, man. You guys know exactly what it is. These guys just want to fucking, you know, they want to make low offers, you know, claiming they want to make big fights happen. But when it comes down to it, you know, they put more priority to fighting on DAZN, DAZN. Y'all know what it is. And I told you guys this would happen. So, it is what it is, guys. King Fight News. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more updates. Remember where you heard it first. King's Fight News, and we're out.
Hey yo, King Fight News. Dillian Whyte just came out in front of Eddie Hearn live on Sky Sports. He basically said this AJ fight, it's dead, guys. It's dead. He's moving on. He's looking to fight Dominic Breazeale. And we're going to see if Dominic Breazeale steps up and takes that fight. King Fight News, man. Got more on this. That's right. Dillian Whyte just had an interview. Quick 1 minute interview. It's on the DAZN YouTube channel. And he basically says, you know what? This AJ fight's dead. It's in dead water. There was not an increase in terms of the offer given to him. I believe they capped it out at $5 million. And Dillian was looking for a better value for the AJ fight. He didn't get it. It looks like the Jarrell Miller side has agreed to terms, as reported by Mike Coppinger, who somehow got the first word that the fight was agreed upon. And y'all already know, man. I've been telling you guys, Jarrell Miller would be the favorite to get the fight. And oddly enough, hey, he just might get it. If Dillian Whyte's out here saying the fight's dead and he was the main option in a lot of people's eyes, guess what? AJ's moving in another direction. I think everybody knows it by now. So, Eddie's real slick. He seemed to, keep Dillian Whyte on board. He's saying he got options for him like Luis Ortiz. Dillian, if Dillian's going to fight Luis Ortiz, I've said it time and time again, I give him much respect. But when asked about who he wants next, he said Dominic Breazeale. So, that would also be a fight that could determine mandatory status for Deontay Wilder, which is coming due. It's coming up very soon. Pretty much after this Fury fight, the WBC may force him to deal with a mandatory situation unless he decides that it's time for the AJ fight. But you guys let me know what you think. E-King Fight News. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For more boxing, you know we got some coverage on the Kovalev fight. That's going to come out very soon. But for now, it's E-King Fight News, man. And we're out. Peace.